Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. And in today's episode, we are here in the Hall of Patrons. I've got some plans for today's episode, but we gotta knock this out first. We have some new patrons to welcome. So, let's see. We have the Knight Plays MC, Megan Wiggers, I think it's Kayexcraft or Kayexcraft, one or the other. Sorry if I butchered your name, I apologize. Tom Hall, Velian Kolev, and Kenny Edholm. So all of you, welcome and thank you so much. I do appreciate it. So new additions to the Hall of Patrons, but what I want to do in today's episode is I would really like to actually do a little bit of work in Annona. We haven't really done anything over there for a while. In fact, we haven't really been working on our actual kingdoms for quite a while. We've been sidetracked doing other things, a little bit of kind of technical stuff. We've been working on the nether transportation system and all sorts of things. And we are quite done with the nether for a while, I think. I'm about nethered out, shall we say. But I did want to get as much of that done as I kind of could, because I think this is episode 46 now or something like that. We're coming up on episode 50, and there will be a world download at episode 50, and I want people to be able to find the stuff. You know, when they go into the nether, I want them to be able to find where stuff is at. There you are. Bye, creeper. He went for... He flew. He flew a little bit. Let's just take a little sleep here real quick, and then we'll head off over to Annona, and we'll do some work over there. I've got some plans. I've been thinking a little bit about the lore of Annona, and kind of what the people there would be like and what they would do for a living. And obviously it's our farming village. It's where a lot of our farms are located, and a lot of them would very obviously be farmers. But that doesn't really tell the whole story. That kind of sums up what they do. You know, it's how they make their living, but there has to be more to it than that. So, and we have Solus going up over there, the City of Light, but then we also have this nice, beautiful, big river right here, and Annona is located right on this river, and I think it would make a lot of sense from a lore perspective that they use the river to kind of send their goods, the things that they grow on their farms, down the stream. I mean, look at this river. This thing is huge. It's nice and big and wide and all that kind of stuff, and I'm thinking that we should really kind of put a dock in over here. So that's what I want to do in today's episode. I want to do some docks over here in Annona for shipping their goods downstream. Now, these are not going to be like really big, they're not going to be shipyards. Excuse me. They're not going to be shipyards. They're not going to be giant docks meant for supporting, you know, full-on ships. This is going to be more for like smaller boats, maybe some river barges, things like that. Things just for basically sending some stuff downstream. And I think that makes a lot of sense. So we need to figure out, first of all, where we're going to put this and then what we're going to build it out of. And I'm thinking we're going to probably use a lot of oak here, just because oak is one of the materials that we're using a lot of in Annona anyway. It fits within the block palette really well. And I've got a ton of it, so that's always a positive. Let's grab some of this stuff. Let's also grab some spruce fences. And, yeah, we'll do that. That'll do for now. So let's grab some of these logs and start kind of putting down some blocks. I don't really have a specific plan for this, but I've got a couple ideas. Now, this is kind of a nice area right here because it's kind of shallow right here. It's not super, super deep. And I think that it would make sense that the shallower areas are kind of where they would go to load up the boats, if you will. And then they'd kind of push out and go downstream that way. So I'm thinking that this is probably the best spot right here. And I'm thinking the docks are going to be probably too wide in the middle, I'm thinking. So let's just kind of do something like this. And they're not going to be... I don't know about that, actually, now that I'm kind of looking at it. Because I was thinking of having it come out this way, but then that kind of eats up all this space over here, and I don't think I really like that. So let's try this again. Let's get rid of these guys. And let's think about this a little bit. I suppose I could peel this back a tiny bit, but I don't know that I necessarily want to do that. Maybe we'll have a dock here. Oh, that's too... that's a little too thin. We'll have a dock here that will kind of extend out. And then maybe we put another one out, like, over here. So we'll have 2 docks. How much space would that leave in between? Another gap of 2? I'm thinking I'd like that better if it were out one more. Let's just get rid of these. I think I want at least 3 blocks in between the docks. And I'm also thinking that this guy needs to come out here a bit more. So we'll go like that. There we go. And this will be 1 dock. This spot over here would essentially end up being useless, but that's okay. We can use it for like storage and stuff like that. And then we'll have another dock maybe over here more. This would be 3 right here. And I'm thinking we bring this out a bit farther. And let's see. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Okay. So there we go. We've got ourselves a little bit of a dock type deal going on. And then I'm thinking like every 3 blocks, we'll have like a little support. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Try that again. There we go. We'll have a little bit of a support kind of coming out over here. And then this guy would run. Oh, come on now. This guy would run right here. That's good. And then this would be 3. And this would be 3. So we'll have our docks kind of come in. Yeah, that seems good. I think this would probably not go there. This guy would instead. And that guy would go there. So that'll give us 2 docks. And that seems pretty good. And then we'll go here. Like this. And bring those up a little bit. Just 1. And the reason we do that is so we can take slabs and put them like that. Because I think that feels about right. But then everything's on the slab, on the half slope. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like that, actually, because I want to have stuff on the docks. In fact, I was watching a BOO video recently. He recently did some docks in one of his big main areas in his single-player vanilla world. And he did some pretty cool things that I really liked. And one of them was having a lot of stuff on the docks themselves. And I'm not planning on copying that exactly, but I definitely do want the ability to put stuff on the docks. I think that makes sense. So instead, why don't we bring these up to about here? So they'll go half a block above the water. Yeah, that looks better. That looks much better. Okay. So we go like that, and then we can maybe take some oak logs. We can still bring them up. Oop. Like that. And that feels okay. Yeah, that feels alright to me. Okay. Now here we need some stuff there. We need all of this. I'm going to need more slabs, aren't I? That's okay. Let's just make a quick crafting bench and make up some oak slabs. Ooh, let's not fall in that hole. Almost managed to. Almost managed to. One thing I do kind of want to talk about real quick. as you guys have probably noticed, the channel schedule, the schedule for the channel has changed a little bit recently. I'm down to 1 video a day, and I just want to let you guys know that that's temporary. That's only a temporary thing. That's not going to be going on forever and ever. It's just kind of a temporary thing because I've got some stuff related to my other job that is basically just taking up insane amounts of time right now. We are very, very, very behind at work, and we've got some people who are on vacation and some people who have moved away, and like we're just swamped. So I'm putting in a little bit more time at the office than normal, and there's other things going on as well, and I'm just very busy. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad at all. I'm just very busy, and I'm looking forward to finally getting all the work done and getting out of that. But let's see. I think this needs to kind of come over here, maybe? I don't know. I think we need a little bit more of a transition here. Maybe we can use some coarse dirt to kind of transition this into this. I think that would make sense. Let me go grab some of that. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, I'm looking forward to getting all of that work done and getting caught up at work. As an office, it's not just, I'm not behind. Well, I am behind too. Everybody's behind. But the office that I work in as a whole is just really behind right now. We're just swamped. We're buried. We've had a lot of things happen that have been kind of beyond our control. I work in military law, and we've had some very, very big cases, and just a lot of things. You know, as the old saying goes, when it rains, it pours. Yeah, it's kind of like that. We've just been getting slammed at work. So, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe we put coarse dirt there and here, and then maybe one like here as well, just to kind of transition that a little bit. And then I'll throw a grass block here. And an oak slab there. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, cool. Let me go sleep real quick. Let's take a little bit of a nap. So, yeah, very, very busy. Down to 1 video a day. Temporary only. I'm thinking it will be roughly a month. Roughly about a month of 1 video a day, and then we will be switching back to our normal schedule of at least 2 videos a day, maybe 3. We'll see how it goes, and we'll kind of slowly work our way back into the 3 video a day thing, because that's the goal. 3 videos a day is the goal. Also, as a result, 15-minute builds, which is one of the longest running series on my channel. It's been around basically since my channel started. It's on a temporary hold, very temporary. It will be coming back when the videos kind of pick up again, once I have more time. Right now, I'm just going to stick with basically Kingdoms. I'm going to stick with Kingdoms, Hermitcraft, and Design Tech, and then there'll be some other kind of random videos kind of strewn about in there. I'm still playing on the Unturned server with all those guys, so that's still going to be kind of sprinkled in when I can find time. We're going to have some other random things that are kind of coming up in the future that I can't really talk about because they're super secret, but will be very enjoyable. I think you guys will really like it. But primarily, my big 3 series are going to be Design Tech, Kingdoms, and Hermitcraft, just for the next month or so, and then after that, I can kind of work on some other things. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's put maybe a coarse dirt here. We've got some of this oak, kind of, that's a little too, it's a little too patterned, I think. Maybe here. Oak slab. And maybe here. Oak slab. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so we get that kind of docky feel, if you will. Right? Like this whole thing is kind of part of one big thing. We've got our docks kind of coming out like that, which I think is good. And then we need some boats and things like that too. So let's start with the boats. And we're going to kind of come out to about here. Yeah, right about here. And let's do a slab. Let's do a couple of slabs like that. And that's technically above the water, but you can't really tell, which is fine because that's what we want anyway. All right, and then we'll get rid of these dirt. And we're just going to go like that to about here. And then I think we'll go, let's see, how can I do this? Because I want to have a distinct front on it. I suppose we could do it like that, but that doesn't look very good. Better plan. We'll use upside down stairs. Oh, that's going to be kind of hard to do, isn't it? Come on, get up. There we go. All right, so let's put a slab here so I have the top half of a block to build off of, and then we'll do that. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, cool. Now, there is a person on YouTube, another content creator, whose name is iBob. I will link the video I'm talking about in the description below if I remember. He did a video on boats, and I don't think any of these boats are actually his design, or at least the ones that I'm using, but I'm definitely drawing some inspiration there. So I think it would be appropriate to put the video in the description. And he does some really cool things with boats, and kind of ways of making these things look interesting, and yet on a very small scale, which I think is pretty cool, because that's definitely something that's a little easier said than done. We can maybe do something like that. That seems pretty good. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, let's go crafting table. And I need some sticks. Let's make some signs. Okay. And what he does is he uses signs to kind of act as the sides of the boat, like this, and I think it creates a pretty cool effect. Like, I like it a lot. I think it's a great idea. Can we do that up here, or is that going to look super derp? No, that's not bad. That's not bad. We can live with that. All right, so there, and there, and there. All right. So you can see we kind of get this effect here with the signs by just basically plopping them down. And we're not putting any text in them because that part's not important. But we definitely get a little bit of that kind of boat lip feel a little bit, which I think is very cool. Now, we do have one issue here, and that's that these slabs are down at the half block, and that's the majority of the boat. So it makes it kind of hard to add stuff onto the boat, but I think we can still make this work. So let's make a chest, and what we basically want to do is just put down a few different things to kind of decorate this if we can. Yeah, I don't really care for the... I don't really care for that. Okay, so let's see. We could do a chest there. We could maybe do another chest here, right? So a couple of chests. And then maybe we grab some hay bales or something. I've got a ton of hay over here. So we'll just grab... Do I have enough to grab a full... Nope, not quite. That's okay. Well, I don't need that many. I only need, like... let's see. I want a number divisible by 9. So let's go 45. That'll give me a couple of hay bales. That'll give me enough. I only need like 1 or 2 anyway. And... Doot. Bam. There we go. We got ourselves some hay bales. Okay. And actually, do I have any... not in there. Do I have any iron in here? I do. Cool. So what we could do is make a tripwire hook so we can make some trapped chests. And that could actually be a really good thing. There we go. All right. You go back in there where you belong. Okay, so we got that. And we'll put a hay bale on the back of this boat. Maybe like right here? Right? Just like one little hay bale. This would be the area where whoever the person is that's, directing the boat or whatever. I don't know what you would call it. Could we do like a little ore type thing here? No, not really. It was a thought. It just kind of popped into my head. But we can do something like that, and then maybe we make a couple of trap chests as well. So let's just go boop, like that. And maybe we put this thing over here. Or actually, maybe it would make sense for this whole thing to kind of be off on its own, if that makes any sense. So you'd have, a couple of these chests just kind of hanging out all on the back. We got a little hay bale there that he would be transporting up the stream. And then we just need to kind of detail this a little bit. And I think we can do some of that with carpets, perhaps. Like on the front here. That could be kind of cool. Anything else we could really do to really kind of make that come to life? I don't think so. I do kind of think that I want to get rid of these signs, though. The more I look at them, the less I like them. Just these ones right here. There we go. I don't think they're really needed. Yeah, it'll do. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a thing going there. And then we could do another boat over here, but I think for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's see about maybe putting some stuff over here. The idea being that this would be stuff that's kind of sitting here waiting to be transported away, right? So maybe we put a couple chests down. Let's go and make a bunch more chests. There we go. Maybe put a chest here and another here, right? Like this is our area where the goods are being stored, the stuff that will be shipped out as time, when the next round of boats comes into town. We should also probably put a couple torches down over here just to kind of light it up. Did I just trap myself? Yes, I did. There's no way to actually get up there, is there? Silly me. Okay, so we'll put a couple torches out on the front of the docks, and then maybe the rear ones, like this. That doesn't look great, though. That doesn't look so great at all. We'll have to find some way to hide some lighting, I think. Because that little bit's just not really doing it for me. Oh, falling again. Really wish I'd stop doing that. Okay, there we go. And there we go. And maybe we cover up the top of those logs. Maybe we cover those up with some trapdoors. So like that. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Make a few more. And there we go. Okay, awesome. Let's grab our chest or our crafting bench, take a little sleep, and let's just take a look and see what we think of the thing. See how it works, see how it looks. Maybe it's good, maybe not. I don't know. We'll take a look and see. All right, wake up. There we go. Okay, so we've got some docks over here. They look good from over here. I think we want a pathway that kind of winds around. That'll be a future thing. But for now, this kind of works its way over. This is good. We've got a boat here that's ready to go out to sea that I think looks okay. It doesn't really stand out, though. I maybe should have made this out of, like, spruce instead of oak, but I think it's okay. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think this is a good start. We can come back and do some more with this later if we feel like it. Today, though, unfortunately, I am on a really tight schedule, and I am out of time for this episode, guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.